The media is protecting Kamala Harris, and this is a bad thing for Trump. Almost 2 weeks ago, she announced her run for presidency. And since then, there's been a huge sugar rush among Democratic voters. That's expected, but unfortunately, the media has been a part of the sugar rush as well. Over these past 2 weeks, Harris has had no interviews, especially asking her about her past. She will basically be running another basement campaign like Biden did in 2020. Because her and Democrats know that any public criticism and any attempt to criticize her will just hurt their momentum. The media has actually been defending Harris's past comments, twisting them to make it seem like we interpreted them wrong. Biden appointed her to the border, and we all know how much of a mess that's been. The media has been making it seem like her responsibility was limited. And it's not like she addressed these claims because she hasn't been interviewed to begin with. She wants to defund the police.
It is wrong-headed thinking to think that the only way you're going to get communities to be safe is to put more police officers on the street.
Chicago gang members now outnumber the city's police officers by 10 to 1.
We have a shrinking workforce. I have a definitive amount of resources, 200 and some officers less this year than what I had last year.
She compared ICE to the KKK.
I do not see a parallel between what is constitutionally mandated as it relates to enforcing the law.
Are you aware that there's a perception?
I see no.
Are you aware that there's a perception
that puts ICE in the same category as the KKK?
She believes illegal immigration should be treated as a non-crime.
If you'd be so kind, raise your hand if you think it should be a civil offense rather than a crime to cross a border without documentation. Can we keep the hands up so we could see them?
She wants to ban fracking, which is going to hurt Pennsylvania.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yeah.
She wants to seize guns, ban paper straws, which I don't really care about, but if you actually drank from paper straws, you know they're terrible. The pullout of Afghanistan was one of the worst foreign policy situations in American history, and Kamala Harris was there for it all.
President Biden always said that he wants you to be the last person in the room, particularly for big decisions, just as he was for President Obama. He just made a really big decision, Afghanistan.
Yes.
Were you the last person in the room?
Yes.
And you feel comfortable?
I do.
She exploded on Lester Holt when asked about a simple question if she visited the border. So it's clear that she will try to stay away from those interviews that try to question her past. We all know the media has been very biased and always leaned left for the past couple of decades. We also know they are very anti-Trump. Ever since Trump announced he was running for president back in 2015, they've been on him. Trump has been trying for so long, and Republicans to just battle the media. And the media plays an important role in American society, especially in politics, especially in elections. But it is what it is. We tried everything. We tried everything to go against it, and it's just not going to work. We had our moments. We had a couple of weeks when Trump, of course, was on a huge rise. And basically from the debate to the time Biden dropped out, they've been actually starting to favor Trump a bit. But that all changed when Kamala Harris announced her presidency. Instead of being glorified for potentially being the first woman president, how about we ask her how she's going to secure our border, strengthen our economy, deal with the problems in the Middle East, and broker peace around the world? That is what I care about, and that's what most of the Americans care about. The evidence is there that this is hurting Trump though, because if you look at the polls, it's really neck and neck, especially in the swing states such as Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. Even some polls have Harris actually winning. Compare that to the past couple of weeks with Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Donald Trump was crushing him. Donald Trump was above on every swing state. If it came down to the electoral vote, Donald Trump would win. But now, it's still neck and neck. Not what I like to see. These aren't fake polls. These are real, and the GOP and Donald Trump need to take it serious. I've been saying when I made that video last week when Kamala Harris, being in the president race now makes it a lot harder than Trump. Everyone said it makes it easier. As we could see over this past week now, since I made that, it has certainly not been easier. So what does Trump need to do? He needs to call out Kamala Harris to show the world he's not scared, show America he's not scared. I don't think he's scared. Obviously, why would he be scared? I mean, this is nothing for him. But Kamala Harris is running with the narrative that Donald Trump's scared. Already, Donald Trump needs to call her out ASAP. He needs to be doing it now. Should have did it yesterday. Should have did it the day she announced he was running for president. Rumors are he's waiting for Kamala to officially be the nominee. I mean, 99% she will be the nominee. Call her out now. Needs to keep going into uncharted territories. We saw the other day he went to the National Black Association of Black Journalists, I'm pretty sure that was, and didn't go in his favor. Right out the bat, they were 30 minutes late, and then they asked him some bizarre questions, some hostile questions for what was supposed to be professional. He called him out on it, but then he also said some stupid stuff questioning Kamala Harris's race. That's a stupid thing that Trump's going to do. You should not have done that. But I still like the fact that he's going to uncharted territories, trying to win them over. he was half and half. He was right for calling out the journalists for also being late and just terrible questions, but then once he went to questioning Kamala Harris's race, it went downhill. He can't be doing that. We're going to see this for the next couple of weeks. The media trying to, of course, glorify Kamala Harris. We're going to see that sugar rush for a while now, basically like that second half of June and the first half of July when Trump was on a rise. His momentum was at an all-time high. We're going to see that Kamala Harris basically now until 2 weeks after the Democratic convention. It's simple for Republicans. Keep talking about how Kamala Harris was in charge of the terrible border. She did nothing as a vice president. Talk about her past. Talk about how you, as a Republican, you, Donald Trump, and you, Republicans in general, could implement better policies than Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did in the past and the future. Don't focus too much on Joe Biden. I get it. Already, it sucks that he's still sitting the president. He doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to ruin his legacy. But stop talking about Joe Biden. I don't want to hear about Joe Biden. Focus on Kamala Harris. Let me know what you guys think. It's getting harder for Trump. I'm not counting anybody out, but listen, you gotta wake up. You can't be delusional and say that this is easier for Trump. You can't be delusional and say that this is going to be an easy win for Trump. No. Register to vote. Don't complain if you don't vote. Make sure everybody you know is registered to vote. And keep pushing. Keep pushing, Republican ideas. Keep telling people to vote for Trump. Keep going. Do not give up until it's the day after the election. I'm out, guys. Peace.